Sorry about that. Shalom, Israel. Most High Christ bless. I pray everybody had a good Sabbath. We're going to go ahead and rise and face Jerusalem. Sisters, make sure your head covers. Of course, brothers uncovered.
Men of Israel, blow trumpets. Heavenly Father, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we thank you for another day that you've allowed us to see and the many blessings you bestowed upon us, Father God. Father God, we pray for those that are sick and those that are shut in, Father, that you would heal them quickly and speedily, Father. For our brothers and sisters in this captivity, Father, that are struggling with their sins, Father, that you would help them to overcome, that you would give us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to teach and lead and guide your people, Father. And Father God, we pray, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
All praises, Israel. Shalom again. Welcome back to our class, Wake Up Jacob, this Sunday morning. I'm Captain Naam.
Captain Iramah.
Officer Micah.
Officer Liar.
Officer Ram.
All praises. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into the class. Like Officer was saying his prayers, we're praying for all our brothers and sisters that's sick, shut in, need financial assistance, all these things, the Most High will look out for us, all right? We're going to go ahead and start off with this disclaimer.
We are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel United in Christ is a nonviolent Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plot to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat as stated in Leviticus chapter 5 and verse 1.
All praises. So now you understand. We love our people. All right. So let's get right into the class. So today's topic we're going to talk about, don't ignore God. All right. And, it's coming from a mindset of our people intentionally, some of them, don't ignore God. But through the things of this world, it teaches them and guides them in ignoring God. You understand? I'm going to read the definition of ignore. All right? It's a refuse to take notice of or acknowledge, disregard intentionally, fail to consider something significant. Synonyms: reject, neglect, overlook, avoid. So that's the understanding of, that's the definition of ignore. All right. So it's an intentional act, but our people are intentionally ignoring God per se. It's these things that's given to us was leading them away from God. All right. So go to Wisdom of Solomon 13 and 1. All right. It's something that they're lacking. All right. So that was the definition for ignore. And then we go get the definition for ignorant. Wisdom of Solomon 13 and 1.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13 and verse 1. Surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of God, and could not out of the good thing that are seen know him that is, neither by considering the works, did they acknowledge the workmaster.
Right. So it's showing us that all men by nature are vain. All right. Their thoughts, the inventions, everything that they come up with is vain. All right. Because it's in the scripture is telling you they don't consider who the true maker of everything is. Who is the one that put man on the earth? Who the one that made the trees, everything that we see here today on earth, they forget about the maker. And they think, as go to Esau, that they are God, that they the ones that have the knowledge, they invented all these things. All right, they playing with the science and so on and so forth, right? But our people are ignorant of God, right? Because the things that they are being given, all right, like sports, we go touch on that today. All right, your actors, all these different things, they're given avenues that distract them from seeking God, basically. All right. It says ignorant, lacking of knowledge, unlearned, uninformed, unaware. So that's mainly our people. They're unaware. All right. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High has risen the prophets back up, and now we're here to teach and show them. You know what I'm saying? So now they really don't have an excuse. But in the whole makeup of it, they don't know God. You know what I'm saying? They haven't been taught God. Our leaders today, our so-called leaders today, which is the world, politicians that look like us, that are in these seats of authority, do they really look out for us? No, because the whole politics system is a pile of tricks. It's deceit. It's lies. They tell you what you want to hear so they can get your vote. You understand? And then do nothing. They get their check and go on about their business. All right?
The reason why they can come and tell you lies, because you hate the truth.
Right.
That's why lies that's what being deceptive or being deceived is. It's a little lie, a little truth and a whole bunch of lies. So the whole thought is defiled. So our people hate it, even when you understand Isaiah 30:9. It said you love smooth words.
Right.
You hate the truth. You hate being corrected. You hate being rebuked for your wicked ways because you don't want to change. Change comes with responsibility. And what the captain is going into is heavy. It's the way we think. We got to change our perspective on how we go about things and go about life. And this Bible is the psychology, is the spiritual healing for our people, because you in a spiritual slump right now. Because you done heap men to yourself that's teaching you nothing but lies and trying to get dishonest gain from you and making merchandise of you. Right. That's when these politicians, it's funny that when the politicians come to the church and speak, they always talk about our captivity, how we destroyed us. Even Donald Trump did it. You know what I'm saying? So all these politicians know they are called trigger words.
Right.
Something that to get your attention. It's like they are talking to a large audience. They talk to one side, and then they use another trigger words to get your attention. Now I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to them right now. I'm talking to you. So that's how you make direct contact. That's called public speaking versus what they call it interpersonal communication. That's when somebody have a conversation with just you, one person, back and forth. But public speaking, they gotta learn to break that down to make sure that everybody is involved and they gather their attention.
Cap, when they go to your hoods, they talking to you and your needs for your community, so on and so forth. When they go to the other side of town, they talking to them and their needs, so on and so forth.
Right. These are master magicians. You know what I'm saying? They are professional liars. That's what we call it. But
they could go into control tactics as well.
Right. Witchcraft. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All these type of things that we overlook through our ignorance because we ignore it. We want to be lied to. A person that's not in shape or something like that, she wants somebody to tell her that she's nice, so she know what she have to do, but she afraid of the responsibility.
Right, the hard work.
The hard work, the pain of growing. Nobody want to do that, so you rather heap men to you. That's why a lot of these professionals and athletes, entertainers, they have a thing, entourage around them called yes men. Tell me I look good. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm the best thing smoking. We call it a hype man as well.
Right.
Right.
Look like a clown coming out the.
A clown.
And-
You got yellow hair on one side, red on the other, looking like doggone Ronald McDonald,
Right.
and you want people to make you feel like you sane.
Say he got it. The yes man. Yes. You.
That's
fire.
different, bro. You unique, bro. You special. Nobody's like you. Yeah, nobody's saying it's like you.
Right.
Nobody's saying it's like you. Go to I want to precept real quick. Go to Matthew 22:9. This is right here just right. This right here is just in a nutshell what the captain is going into, and let's see what Christ said. Because ignorance is bliss.
Right.
Christ came, said, I have came on earth and died and been a sacrifice for the children of Israel.
Right.
Why? That you have no cloak for your sins. Don't think when you die and you know it's time for judgment, you're going to razzle and dazzle the Most High. You know you're not. Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 9. Go ye therefore into the highways.
22 and 29. I'm sorry.
Oh, 22 and 29.
If I said 9, just put a 2 in front of it.
The book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 29. Jesus answered and said unto them, Ye do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of God.
Right. We from two. It's two things on why you doing what you're doing. It's either because you err not knowing the scriptures, or you don't know the power of God.
Right.
And we see every day that our people don't they don't understand neither one.
Right. At all.
They don't know the scriptures. They tangle and wrestle with Paul's writing. How you gonna read the book in a halfway and then think you got the understanding of the full book?
Right.
How you gonna come in a movie that's is full of suspense and just say I gotta put it together?
Right.
No, you gotta watch it from the beginning to understand the conflict and the climax of the movie.
You know, Jake, they like to start at the end of the book, Revelations.
Right.
All that is allegories and a whole bunch of stuff, and that's you get most of that
Right.
at the beginning of the book.
Right. Just be like they read the Revelation said it and had a mindset like I want to see how the world gonna end.
Right.
I want to see what the world gonna. You don't know nothing in there.
Right. At all.
You know, it's like our people at this time in Israel, they knew they was Jews. They knew they was Israel.
Right.
And when Christ came and he still had to enlighten or break down precepts to them to catch them up to speed because they didn't know. And just imagine now you've been in captivity for centuries and you think you just open this Bible and you got it.
Right.
You don't know the power of God.
At all.
You don't understand the scriptures because obviously you don't understand the scriptures when you say God laws are done away with. God love everybody. You can eat what you want to eat. God love the sin. He hate the sinner. Hate the sin, but love the sinner.
Right.
That's not in the Bible.
At all.
That's not biblical. And you don't understand the power of God. The Most High would jack you up and put you to death for playing with His word. You don't understand these things. So they're just going into what the captain is saying. I just wanted to put a precept on it.
All praise. That's on point. We go keep it going. Let's go to Mark 4:19. Because a lot of these things, as we saw last week, was it last week? Boosie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just these are the people that our people look up to. You know what I'm saying? The faces that Esau has put in front of us to keep us confused, ignoring God, ignorant. You see what I'm saying? Read that.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 4 and verse 19. And the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things entering in, choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful.
Well, this is like the 4 types of Israelites, this parable going into. And it says, and the cares of the world, and deceitful lusts of riches. The world dictates to you, our people, the world itself, what's the standard, what's acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's beauty, what's middle,
popular.
what's popular, right? What's
Yeah.
popular? You know, middle income, poverty, wealthy. All they dictate everything.
Right.
You know, the fashions of this world. You know what I'm saying? They dictate these things, which in turn controls our gears our people's mind to go in that path.
Like
all right,
sheep.
like sheep,
That's
right?
what, when you go online and you see a lot of various posts that are exposing certain things, then people get mad and they'll say you're sheeple. You're sheeple, meaning you're easily led astray.
Right.
Gullible.
That's on point though, because I remember Bishop did a class a while back, and he showed the video with the shepherd and the sheep.
What it mean about my sheep hear my voice?
Pretty much.
Right.
And that's heavy because
Sheep hear my voice.
we easily we easily led, as you said. You know what I'm saying? And these things, Esau makes stuff look good. You know what I'm saying? The glitter and the fame and the glitz and right. You know what I'm saying?
Science to it, how he do everything.
Right. And it has our people minds, basically. It has our people minds, you know what I'm saying? So go to Matthew 6:24.
And I want to say something on that. You done with that Mark 4?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that Mark 4. Read where you was at again?
Oh no, he didn't finish it.
You want to finish it?
Oh, finish it.
Mark 4. Mark 4.
Well, you read it.
No. Yeah, 4 not yeah.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 4, and verse 19. And the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things entering in, choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful.
It says, and the lust of other things enter in. And we're going to get that later as far as the riches of this world. It basically is telling you that other things is attached to those riches. It's attached to the sins, this world, and what they give you. You know what I'm saying? If you an NBA player, you go end up maybe more than likely trying to do what? Get married to an Edomite. All right, because in your mind you think that you've made it in this aspect of life. To top it off, I need to make it in this aspect of life, and that's marrying an Edomite. That's the mindset that we've adopted. Okay, you got something?
And you know what's funny, Cap? In my job, my field, I work around the sports industry, and there's a particular coach that I work with, and he used to be in the pros, and so he said, I think it was like the minor leagues, but anyway, even then, he said that when they would go to the motels, he said basically when it was during the season, they'll go through the season, they'll be in the motels. All they had time for was to go get something to eat, go work out, go back to sleep, then practice and get ready for the game. So that's how their week went. He said when you go to the motels, it would be women up and down the halls waiting for them. So when these brothers go to these hotels, especially the NBA and whatever other. I'm pretty sure they have some high price, whatever, gold digger there waiting for them.
Escort, call girl, whatever name you want to label on.
So yeah, that's what they exposed to.
Right.
Yeah.
That's on point.
I'm glad you brought this precept out, Cap, because it's heavy and it's paramount until when we're dealing with our people. Because when you read this, it gives you a breakdown of the spirits. It gives you the spirit of, because what this going into is talking about the 2/3 and the 1/3. And it giving you the seed or the seed that fell on stony grounds, fell by the wayside, or on the good grounds.
Right.
To our people who say that we don't know you, this scripture right here said we do know you. You're gonna fall into one of these categories.
Right.
You're not that unique as you think. You done deceived yourself. You got your false hype man on the side of you talking about you the best things in sliced bread. You fill out the heavens. You like manna that fill out the heavens.
Right.
Like you a new thing on the earth. You're not.
Right.
You fall into one of these categories right here.
That's right.
So therefore you can be judged. That's all it's saying. But what sin, what temptation, what lust you're gonna fall in, it's a plethora of those things can choke God's word in you.
Right.
It can be money, it can be fame, it can be a host of things. It can be I love my car, you're a part of a motorcycle club. It's a lot of host of things that can choke the word out of you.
Right.
that you are affiliated with.
Because the thing is, you putting that before the
Right.
Most High.
God.
Right.
We talking
Drugs,
about sports and
depression.
entertainment right now, but you pick your poison.
Family.
You pick your poison.
Your
Right,
job.
right.
You know, it's a host of stuff.
Hey, Cap, I got a precept. Proverbs 23:4 to back up what you just said. I'll read it real quick. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 23 and verse 4. And this is what the Most High God says. He says, labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom. And that's to go in accordance with what you just brought out. You know, that the Most High God tell you, you're not supposed to labor to be rich. So all your NBA players, your NFL players, if you doing what you doing and you chasing the money to be rich, that's the you following after another god. You chasing after another god. You know, so that's to bring out, to back up what y'all was bringing out on that.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 5. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven.
You see that? When you get that money, it's gonna turn into like pride. You're gonna be you're gonna be high-minded. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To where riches is good if there is no sin.
Right.
But every way that our people are getting money, it have sin involved.
Right.
We're not saying riches is wrong.
No, it's not.
You know, so it's nothing wrong with that. You had Solomon, he was rich.
That's right.
You had a lot of our forefathers that was rich.
Right.
But they did it in a way that was godly.
Right.
You understand? But a lot of our people saying get rich or die trying.
Right.
That means there's no discretion on you on how you're gonna get your money. You're gonna break the Sabbath. You're gonna harm or rob your people. It's just I gotta get money at all costs.
Right.
And that's what it's telling you. Why is your mindset like that? Riches are within. You gotta be rich with wisdom.
Right.
That's why when you read in Ephesians, it tell you be rich with wisdom. Be rich in charity.
Right.
That's how you know you've been deceived. Everything you've been taught has been upside down. It's not of the Bible.
And even on the natural side, you know, it said, you know, money's a defense. You know, a defense for
right.
what? Poverty, to help thy neighbor. You know, things like that. Thy nation. So it's a defense, not for self gain.
And that's crazy that you say that because a lot of our people not even at the point spiritually, physically, and emotionally, mentally to even handle finances of that caliber, that nature.
Magnitude,
Right.
Yeah, because it'll be gone. That's why they say a lot of the people that win the lottery, they lose it within the first 4 or 5 years.
They in worse
Yeah,
condition.
And, and even what we're talking about, entertainers, athletes, they money be gone too.
Yes, sir.
90% of them, they money gone.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
you got the few like a Kobe or LeBron or Michael Jordan or Shaq, certain men
Right.
that have invested their money in startups, so on and so forth, that, yeah, they left with something. But most of them, they broke.
Because a lot of them, you know, like mainly like Kobe Bryant, and they attract so many people because of their gift.
Yes,
Or
sir.
their talent. So they have no choice but to do something. But the average player don't have those opportunities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the touch on what has been said, or why a lot of people go broke after they hit the lottery, because being poor is a state of mind. That's what poor is. Poor has been a state of mind. Because no matter what you think about it, it's going to revolve back to being poor and bad habits.
Right.
And a lot of these young men, they've been taught a lot of bad habits growing up. You know what I'm saying? So that rolls over into their professional life. They just so happen to make money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But their only hope was playing basketball. Because sometimes sports was therapeutic for our people to take them away from horrible conditions that they're in.
And it's many things. Like, we talking about sports, but you may see the local drug dealer, and you look at him to be esteemed, and that's the path I want to take. You know what I'm saying? That's the path for destruction as well. It's the same thing. You're going to end up in jail or dead, one of the two.
Right.
You know?
A lot of people that's mentally damaged, they feed on the weak. They feed because that's the only way they get self-esteem. Through people with low self-esteem. You understand? And it's a devour, you know what I mean? It eat, you know what I mean? A dog-eat-dog world. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to use you because I don't want to be down there, so I'm going to use you to keep me afloat. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about, because money, if you don't, I think getting money should be a prerequisite to, you have to have good social skills. You got to learn how to be able to deal with people. A lot of times people with money don't know how to deal with people. They just get money. Now I got the money, I got the power, so everything goes the way I like it.
Yeah, that just
My way or the highway.
whatever spirit they're rolling in, they just puff that spirit up too.
That's
You know what
right,
I'm
man.
saying?
I work with pharmacists, bro. They make $100,000 a year, man, but they have no social skills.
Right.
That's what school teaches you, just to be tunnel vision in your profession, in your line of work, and you know nothing else.
Right.
Ain't no different from these athletes. They don't just know
Right.
basketball. They don't know nothing else.
Right.
They don't have social skills. They don't know how to interact with people. Matter of
Right.
fact, they don't even know their emotions. They don't know how to be sad. They don't know what to be sad about, what to be happy about, That's why when they can easily cry now. Oh, everybody's crying now? You know what I'm saying? They cry. Oh, I feel some type of way about my people dying, but nobody else is crying. So do I have the wrong emotions right now?
Right.
They confused. Then guess what they do? They turn to drugs.
Right.
They turn to alcohol. They become antisocial.
Right.
They become a prisoner to their own fame.
Come Lamar Odom.
Right. They have these emotions, and because your emotions are like signals to indicate something is not right, or something, a change of heart. And when their heart changes and they just like, what do? I feel this.
Right.
But the word is telling me to be numb to it. A lot of these athletes, they hurt because they want to say something, but they told shut up and play ball.
That's right.
And that's where your whole desire is to be rich and fame and fortune. You're gonna lose a lot of yourself, because now you become public property. That's what you become. So that's what we're going over right now, to where sometimes you gotta count the cost, and we don't know how to count the cost. And that's why we're trying to show our people the Bible, to where how you evaluate things, how you put your life in perspective to say, I'm going to lose this and I'm going to gain that. Is it worth it?
Right.
You never been taught to make critical decisions in your whole life. You just learn to numb the pain and just make money and just go buy all the flashy things. A lot of times, most of the broke-hearted people, they like to be seen. They like to have flash. They like to have a loud hair. That's what the sodomites like that. You know what I mean? Because they've been put to the side and hid in the corner so long. They just say, you know what, the hell with it. I'm wearing the loudest hair and the most flamboyant walk.
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, years
Yeah.
ago,
Y'all go see me.
It was in the dark. That's why
Right.
it's coming out the closet. You know what I'm saying? Like now,
Right, when they came out the
Right.
closet, they had all yellow and red on,
Right.
pretty much.
And it's
Look at me.
and pink,
and it's crazy that you say that, Cap, because
and other tropical colors.
it's crazy that you say that, Cap, because growing up, I listened to a wide variety of music, and one of the music that I listened to was
Rock and roll.
Music, country
was
music.
rock
and roll.
I listened to
He
rock
told
and
me it
roll,
blew my
Israel.
mind.
And so you have
He had dreads. He was banging his head.
nah. You have
He
going-
came to Houston with Advil. That's why you had Advil. He said, "Man, I listen to rock. I bang my head. I get headaches all the time."
the reason I said that is to touch on what Captain said, is about those that are hurting with inside. So you have groups in these certain circles. Northern Kingdom is real big into rock music, and you have groups. Yeah, Northern Kingdom real big into it. You have groups that, like you said, they color their hair. The punk rockers, they color their hair. They wear the flamboyant clothes with all the spikes and all that stuff like that.
Yep.
And they smoke a lot of weed and use drugs and stuff like that. That's to numb that pain, that whatever that they're feeling inside. They called it teen angst, meaning it's a way of they express themselves through their anger and their music. So like you said, they don't know how to express themselves, so they put on the flashy clothes. They wear the they call them, when we was growing up, they called them emo. Remember? You had the one with the black. They had a black fingernail polish and stuff like that.
The Gothic with them jingle pins. I'm like, damn.
It was because they
Remember them
called
jingle pins?
they call them emo.
Is that jingle pins I'm
they
talking
had them
about?
jingle pins, but they call them
The
emo.
big old parachute pin. They
Right.
cover their holes. You can't see their
Right,
feet, bro.
Right. The
They
bell
just dragging, bro. They just,
right.
nah, they Esau bell bottoms.
Some of them did. Some of them did.
Nah,
But
they kiss bell bottoms.
But I brought it
Marilyn
out
Manson bell bottoms.
But I brought it out to highlight the point that you made about how Jake wear the different color hair, Because remember, originally the punk rock music started with us. It was mostly the so-called blacks in the late 70s and the early 80s. They were the punk rock bands.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, all of that really
know that
started
either.
with us. So the fashions and stuff was us making a
Just
political statement
About they
through
pain.
our music,
Pain.
through the oppression that we went through.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was the flashy clothes and the different color hair
I know
and
that's
all
what,
that stuff.
I know how the blues start. They blues say, "Hey man, how you gonna have the blues with no pain?
Right.
Gotta have blue. Can I have someone that
dreadlocks and
get
the
Hosea
stuff
6 and
that.
1?
So, yeah.
Hey, Captain, just to point on that too. This what we point out as well again is with all these different things we talking about is just another element in where our people trying to find acceptance and security or comfort. You know, like with the gothic and stuff. Like they don't feel like they accepted. They put on all black and the black fingernail polish, this, that, and the third,
Oh my goodness.
because they don't feel accepted. You know what I'm saying? You got this group, that group. You know, y'all grew up in high school and so on and so forth, middle school, whatever. Y'all had groups and sets running around there. You know what I'm saying? Our people is about not being accepted. You know what I'm saying? That's another element of it.
Right, because it's like a cat that's frightened. He's gonna come out fighting. You know what I mean? They only gonna be backed in the corner for so long until they just start to lash out. You know what I'm saying? That just nature. You know, and I just want to bring this precept out because all this stuff that we are talking about, it comes from one place. Go ahead, Hosea 6 and 1.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 6 and verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he had torn, and he will heal us. He has smitten, and he will build us up,
Bind us
or
up.
bind us up.
Right. What is going into what I want to touch on, I'm using this precept to make a point to where a lot of what you see right now, it's called mental illness.
Right.
And what the Bible is saying right here, instead of saying illness, it's saying torn. You know, and how he's torn us, he gave us shame and confused of faces.
Right.
You know, we've been put to shame. We've been broken. Our pride has been taken from us. We have no hope. We're in the land of our captivity. We've been beaten down. And Sirach, it tells you that we have been killed like grasshoppers.
Right.
That means like you get killed like insects.
Right.
You know how you kill an ant, you just keep him. It don't.
Yeah, your life is worthless.
It ain't
basically.
conscious that you just killed the ant throughout the middle of your day.
Right.
You killed the roach in your house. Hell, in your mind, a roach not even supposed to be there.
Right.
Well, some of y'all houses, I don't know. Roaches is supposed to be there.
Hey, Cap, and then it's
With
no
that living condition, the roach supposed to be there.
there's no remembrance of it. It's no like it didn't
No
mean
conscience.
anything. No conscience. Right.
They have no conscience of how they brutalize our people.
That's right. That's right.
And it don't affect them, but it affect the people that you offending. It
Right.
affect the people that you are harming and you are putting to death.
That's right.
And it's a long term in effect that lasts from generations to generations that they never been healed. It's
Right.
PTSD. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. So a lot of our people was never healed mentally. So these are the examples and the avenues and the branches of these things happen. These atrocities happen to us.
Hey, Cap, what Bishop brought out, PTSS, that's what you call it? Slave syndrome.
That too.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Just whatever trauma that you went through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we never can escape the history of slavery.
Right.
But guess what? You still getting shot down the street. You know what I'm saying? I seen one of my good friends get shot down by the police, killed. And the police always said nobody touch him, held the ambulance back, the paramedics back, and said let him die.
Damn.
I don't need slavery I don't need slaves for that. I don't have to go into the 60s. That happened in the 80s. You know, the 90s. You know, the police used to pull guns because you're not in the inner city. You in the so-called you in the suburbs. You in the middle class. You in an established neighborhood, established community. You don't understand about what goes in the throwaways. The inner cities, what happened to our young babies. That's why a lot of these athletes, because that's where they come from.
Right.
That's why they play basketball, because everything you deal with, you put your emotions into it.
Right.
That's when you can create something, because you're it's a connection to it.
Channeling that energy.
Right, you channeling that anger.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? Instead of going and fight somebody or hurting somebody or harming and just lashing out, you say, I'm going to put all my anger in this basketball.
Right.
I'm going to put all my anger in this music.
Football.
And that's why a lot of these athletes or the entertainers, they come from the inner city.
Right.
They come from the deep heart of the ghetto.
Hey, Cap, don't forget about the woods too, because it was a part of my later years, I grew up in the woods, and Jake, you be out in the middle of nowhere, and you know it's racist. You can feel it. It's
Yeah,
racist in the
You said
woods.
small
Yeah.
country.
Country.
Small little
Small
country
town.
town.
Yeah,
When I say the woods, small little country town. You
Yeah.
got a grocery store, one grocery store about
Yeah,
as
in the
big,
whole
about the
town.
size, in one town.
One
and
movie theater.
Yeah, and you
One
know,
Walmart.
yeah, the nearest
it's a
hospital
Walmart.
is
Wait,
30
that
miles
might
away.
Have a Dollar General
Right.
Right.
as a Walmart.
Yeah, the nearest hospital is 30 miles away. Walmart 30 miles away. So you in the middle of the woods. That's why a lot of them little country towns, Jake be the stars of everything because, like you said, that's all they got. Because they know it's racism around them. They got these invisible borders they know they can't cross.
Right. They have a lot of. They have a lot of oppression around them. You know what I'm saying? Because I know all these brothers. We talk. We have our own stories. That ain't why we hate. We don't hate no one. We see the hate that's been perpetrated on us,
Right.
and that nobody want to vouch for.
Right. Acknowledge or speak on. It's all
Right.
hush hush.
Right. I seen men get beat. I seen drugs get planted. I seen people all by law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? You know, all brothers, people money been taken, drugs been planted on them. Police put guns on my head. You know what I'm saying? I was in 4th grade
Yeah, me too.
and pulled it back. You know what I mean? Me and my friends, I kill all of y'all. Edomites. You know what I'm saying? White police officers in our community. First of all, they don't belong there because they don't have no social skills. They don't know how to deal with the people. It's our way or the highway. But that's how you been torn. You asking for people for peace that don't even understand your pain.
Right.
They don't even consider your pain. You understand? So that's why it's a come and let us return unto the Lord. He has torn. The Most High had did this. He let this demon unleash on us because of our wicked behavior. You know what I'm saying? Because of your own doing. But how we look at it, we're not turning to punk rock. We're not turning to the blues. We're not turning to anything else because obviously the pain is still going. So you got to turn back to the Lord. And that's how you're going to tame this beast. That's how you're going to put that beast back in his cage. If you are so mad, I can't shut down and turn to drugs. Why? Because that's not going to change nothing. It's not going to change anything. So what if I'm so mad and I hate my conditions, I got to repent and get my life right.
Right.
I can't chase fame. I can't chase the limelight, the glitz and the glamour and things of that nature because that's not going to change nothing. Because trust me, these athletes and these rich people or people are well-to-do off, they still feeling the same thing you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
And when they feel sad, they just able to go to Hawaii.
Right.
And they have to come back and deal with it all over again.
Right.
It ain't nothing different. So it's all an illusion.
That's right.
It's all an illusion.
That Esau has put in our people's mind. You know what
Remember
I'm
they
saying?
tell you go to paradise? It's like, well, where's paradise? They lying to you, bro. You go to Jamaica's paradise? Shit, it'll look worse. Hawaii is paradise. Okay, everything's expensive. Okay, so it's all in a lie. You know what I'm saying? Be like, oh, damn, they told me it's paradise somewhere.
Right.
It ain't no paradise. It's captivity no matter where I go. You know what I'm saying?
You on the bottom still, no matter where you at. You know.
Then when you get on the outside, you know what I mean, on the outside looking in, and they say the U.S. is paradise, I'm like, okay, y'all got me. Okay, y'all show right. Esau done did the whole, you know me,
What's the
trickery.
rule on you?
Man, dang.
Deceit. Right. Deceit your ass. Yeah, just we go continue with that. Go to Matthew 6:24. You know, because what the world paints as like Cap say paradise or what's the standard is not the standard. You know what I'm saying? But this is what have our people confused and trying to seek after something that don't have nothing to do with them. You know.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and Mammon.
So the scriptures is letting us know, Christ is letting us know, you can't serve two masters. You can't serve two gods, okay? You go love one and hate the other. You go love God or hate God, as we saw with the Bootsy last week, okay? And with a lot of our brothers and sisters, because what they don't know God, that's the key thing. But the point is, this world has taught them to love money, to love being a whoremonger, to love covetousness, all these things that the scriptures teach us opposite of, they've taught us that. What's the one? Amos? Woe to them that call evil good. Amos 5. Yeah, go there real quick. Because it's the changing, the turning the things upside down. That's what Esau has done to the minds of our people.
Yeah.
Isaiah
They made it, enticing.
13 through 15.
Thank you.
Yeah, they made it enticing. They
Right,
made it
that's it.
desirable.
I got it.
You
That's
know,
right.
lust of the
Isaiah 29 and
eyes.
13.
That's right.
You want the precept of men or turning upside?
Yeah, 5 and 20. Yeah,
5 and
20.
Amos 5 and 20.
Yes, sir.
No, Isaiah 5.
Isaiah.
Isaiah 5 and 20.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good, and good evil, that put darkness for light, and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter.
You hear what they said? They said, woe, destruction to them. Because destruction is coming to America.
That's right.
Destruction is coming to those that had a hand in our captivity, our slavery. All right? It said, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. Oh, no, it's nothing wrong with having a whole bunch of women. There's nothing wrong with, what? I can't think right now. Eating pork, right. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going to the Muslim mosque and then going to the Christian church on Sundays. No, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with
being a homosexual,
right?
being a lesbian,
passing laws to
right.
It's nothing wrong
Smoking
with
marijuana.
that. Smoking,
Right.
yeah, we make that legal, but then you still got to go to your job and get drug tested. Like that don't make sense either.
Right.
Right.
Which they changing that too as well. So, and it just showed you that this world is wicked and evil. They're making up laws so you can be evil. So you can smoke weed. Okay, we not gonna test you no more. You good?
Cap.
You get the synthetic drugs. What is it called? K2.
Yeah.
You can't. It don't show up
You
in
know-
your system.
I have a member of the word as a firefighter. He say, man, that is a dangerous drug.
K2.
Yes, man, that synthetic stuff. He said people on the highway. I mean, on he said one dude lived on the railroad track.
That might
Just
be what,
gone, bro.
what
Yesterday.
Birdman was on yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, don't even bring him up.
This brother, he back from over there downtown. We used to go downtown. Yeah, 5-6 years
Getting
ago.
worse and worse.
This dude rolled up something,
And sit there falling out on the sidewalk.
smoked it, took a couple puffs, dropped it. He got a leather jacket on, it was hot as hell. Well, it was fairly warm. He dropped it on the jacket. He there just
Slooping over.
like our people are gone, man.
Zombies, bro.
Zombies.
And just we have to just pull a precept for as just bring it back to the Most High Word, like Revelation 18. You know, spiritual Babylon.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
Land of confusion. That's
right.
everything Captain is saying. Everything is hypocrisy. It's contradicting. You know what I'm saying? It's you say one thing and then you say something else that counts out what you just already said. Just, you know what I mean? I don't understand how people can fall out this truth right now when you see all the confusion. You know what I'm saying? All the off balance. You know what I mean?
Right.
Way of thinking of policies and how they are administrating things, how this government is ran. You got a joke in the office running the world. You know what I'm saying? Say, grab the woman by a crotch. When you look at the head of the states, man, the head of the United States, you got to look at integrity. You got to look at morals. You got to look at ethics.
Right.
You got to look at standards. You got to look at principle. And you see none of that. And this is what the people have chosen.
They used to so-called stand on that, Cap. So-called. At least they promoted that to the public. You know, they promoted that to the public that they were men of integrity, men of whatever. What we was taught in high school. And then now, as we get older, we starting to see they full of crap.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
How you
the
gonna
last so-called good president they had was Kennedy, so-called. And
I
I
remember my brother.
blasted him.
My brother told me, he was like, "Man, the corporate America, how's that?" You know what I mean? I say, bro, it's more vicious and shiesty and a pit full of snakes than the hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't even
Shark Tank.
Yeah,
That's what
man,
they call it,
it's
Shark Tank.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? So if you still lost in trying to find a way in this world, you going backwards. You
Right.
error not knowing the scriptures or the power of God. You understand? And I wanted to say something to where, matter of fact, going back to the Matthew 6, you say serving two masters. That's heavy because serving two masters is, for instance, if you have a person, if you thriving in this world right here, you making it, you know what I'm saying, where you have to have people in the proper place to keep the standard of your business thriving
Right.
and progressing and elevating is the word. You have a PR. You know what I mean? A person that deal with the public relations and saying, this is not a good look. Just like they did Muhammad Ali. You know, when he was a boxing, don't say you a Muslim. So don't have no faith. Don't have no principle. Esau loved that. When you don't have no principle, I can mold you how I want to mold you. You know what I'm saying? So telling him, and then they put that out there, then that's when everything started to attack him. He started to go the draft and everything. He went poor. And all these things, it came down to him like a ton of bricks. Like I said it before and I said it again. My professor in college told me one time, and he looked me dead in my face and he was dead serious. He said, you cannot get a college degree and want to make it in life and try to change the world from the conditions that it's in. You crazy. Because I was learning this truth and I was, you know what I mean, he was Jake. I mean, he was Benjamin. You know what I mean? He was Benjamin, intelligent. And I just told him, hey, I want to change. Before I even really knew the truth. I want to change. I want to help out the community. I want to do this and do that. He said, you're not going to do it. Now, he said, I know you didn't come to college for nothing. That's what he told me. He said, you must come to college for nothing. He said, because they would destroy everything you work for. This not in the 60s, y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This in the 2000s. Today. I know I'm not that old. You know what I'm saying? So you can't think I'm in the 40s. I pray you don't see that. Got one gray hair right there. And I know that come from Israel. But serving two masters, what the captain brought out is that one will make you hate the other, because how you gonna tell an athlete that he worked all his life to get what he have, and he can't play basketball on Saturday because it's a Sabbath?
Right.
You see that? You know, so how can you be going to politics and talking about rainbow utopia, whatever? You know what I'm saying? A vision to where you saying, and then when you take off your suit, and yeah, on the other hand, then you talking about that God only came for the nation of Israel.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough, bro.
That's gonna be very, very difficult. So that's why you have to count the cost.
Right.
What do you want to even involve yourself in? Just like you know what I mean? Now you gotta serve two masters on a lower scale to where you a sister and you dated an Edom might not have a baby. Now you like, do I have to throw my baby away? I can't do that. I'm a mother. I have to love my child. You know what I'm saying? I can't. Well, guess what? I guess I can't be in the truth.
Right. Chose their master.
These are things that's plaguing our people because we have no knowledge.
That's right.
And then we put ourselves in a position. Once we put ourselves in a position, and then once we receive the knowledge, then it becomes bitter.
Right. That's what we just read. You know what I'm saying? Become unfruitful for you. You know, you reject it.
Right.
All right. Go to Psalms 118 verse 8. Because all of this stems from what we're going over is man. You know what I'm saying? We put trust, confidence in that God, man. And we're showing you today that man calling evil good and good evil. This is the society we live in today. This is the world we live in. This world is going to take you, 118 verse 8. You're going to be destroyed because of it. All right? We're trying to save your soul today. Read that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 118 and verse 8. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man.
Go ahead.
It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in princes.
You see that? In democracy. In anything that you, because we were talking about this yesterday, that the athletes, they look up to the coaches, right. Basically anybody that helped them get to where they are today. that high status, whether it be NFL, NBA, whatever it is, pro baseball, they look to them as father figures. They look to them as
You can't hate them
You know?
because they saved you. Feel like they saved your life.
that's it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
I can't hate
positive.
them.
Right.
Like Mike Tyson, you better not say nothing about Customato.
Right.
That man changed my life.
That's right.
My basketball coach, you know what I mean, gave my mother rent money when our lights was out. You know what I'm saying? Not all white people.
Right.
You can't say that.
Right,
God is
right,
not going to
right.
destroy not him. So
Right.
you'll base all the nations
Right.
on that one individual that helped you.
Right.
But God said, "I will call your enemy and treat you well."
Right.
And then the one that helped you, he a part of a race that took everything from you, that still possess everything they took from you. So the help that he's giving you is in vain. It's false, because every opportunity, all the money, everything he gave you does not even belong to him. It already belonged to you.
Let me help you,
That's
Ram.
true,
Let me help you, officer. Let me help you. I got the listen to this. It's an investment.
Pretty much.
It's an investment. They see your
True.
talent. They see
Right.
your worth.
They go reap something.
They say
from it.
he's going to the NBA.
right, and I'm gonna jump on that train.
They
It's the
see
fast
that,
train.
They see that early in you.
They see that
That's right,
early. You
right.
know what I'm saying? They just have to, you know what I mean, get your mind on one accord with them.
Right.
And long as you stay focused, and they're gonna do everything in their power to make sure that you don't drift off, because you're
Right.
a cash cow.
That's it.
It's an investment. They wanna. It's called an ROI. They looking for a return on their investment.
Right. May take a little time.
Yeah, it's
but
gonna take a little time.
when you get there.
He's 16, so we're gonna go for all the money we done put ourselves in the poorhouse. Miss Peggy, you know what I'm saying? He gonna talk to his wife. But trust me, this nigga's gonna pay off.
Pretty much.
That's the conversation behind
He's
closed
gonna
doors
pay
they
off. I
have,
know
right?
he is.
Right.
This is my opportunity to make it in this life.
That's it. Hey,
He's gonna pay off. I know he is.
right.
And the Four Corners News had a little thing they did the other day, was talking about it was from South Park, and how they was basically have they speech behind the scenes of slave master. They still the slave masters, and they on the plantation, and it was funny. Whenever you get a chance, you got to watch that thing. They was showing how he was saying that well, I give you $40 for this one and $50 for that one, and he was like, this is not slavery. He said, oh, okay, yeah, this is not slavery. You know, joking with him,
Right,
because he
yeah.
was like, yeah, how much money you make off these
Thinking,
boys? Yeah, he was like, because the speech behind the scenes is, this is not slavery. He's,
Yeah, he
you
tried
know,
to make them let them know that they free, but
Right.
they really wasn't free.
but they really
Right,
wasn't
right,
free.
right.
Yeah,
It's just like
Wow.
today with the NFL and NBA, all these different sports outlets, they still got to go through the not the proper channels, but like when they got to do the weigh in, they got to
Right.
go through
Combine.
the drill,
Yeah,
the
the
combine.
combine.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? They still got to go through all that. You know what I'm saying? Proving that they worthy to be able to play on the field.
Mm.
You know what
The
I'm saying?
slaves
Still the same
went through
type of field.
combine too.
Right.
They call it auction blocks. Open your mouth, jump, stretch,
Right.
pull.
This is
much.
a good one here. Look,
Yeah, it's a
healthy,
good buck
no
right here.
scars
You
on
know what
him.
I'm saying? He gonna rake in a whole bunch of cotton.
Right. Pretty much.
Yeah, that's a combine. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's it.
Wow.
hey,
that's the watered down version.
Go
right
to-
there.
you-
Right.
That's the
jump.
watered
You
down
done with
version.
that?
Cap just
18.
gave
Jump
you.
to first 17.
Jump, stretch, bend over. That's
Read.
the watered down version.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 118 and verse 17. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord.
You see that? It said, I should not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. That should be your mission on the earth. It's to represent the Most High. And everything you do with your whole heart, just like Tobit 13. You have to come and serve the Lord with your whole heart. You can't
right.
come half-stepping. You can't
Right.
come falsing. You
Right.
don't want a wife that halfway love you. You want a wife
Right,
that
for
fully
real.
love you.
Right.
You don't want a husband that halfway love you. You want a husband that always love you wholly, entirely.
Right.
So how if you want that, and we created in His image, and you feel that you can give the Most High whatever you want to give Him, that doesn't make sense. You remember He said He's a jealous God.
That's right.
So it say your old when you learn this Bible, you being born again, that old man should be dead.
Right.
You know how people say, I die for the Lord. If you say you put a gun in my head, and you say, do I believe in God? I shoot. You can shoot me. You can kill me right now. Kamikaze style. I can do it myself or whatever. But okay, this is something I just tell them at camp. Okay, you willing to die for the Lord right now? Yes. Okay, take off the pants. If you dead to everything.
Simple as that.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, if you willing to kill everything, so why didn't you just take off the pants from the start? I can't do that. You can't die for the Lord then.
What these pants got to do with me and the Lord?
Right.
Stop eating shrimp.
No.
What? What is you saying? I can't do that. You just said you would die. When you
Right.
said somebody can walk up and kill me right now, that means you're not going to eat, you're not going to dress, you're not going to drink water, you're not going to do nothing. You in the ground.
Pretty
Right.
much.
Maggot food. Now you can't put down the unclean food. So our people are just lip service. Jump down to verse 26.
Verse 26. Blessed be he that cometh in the name of the Lord. We have blessed you out of the house of the Lord.
Wait. It say, blessed is he that come in the name of a Republican,
Of the Lord.
of a Democrat.
Of the Lord.
You see that? Or as an NBA player,
Of the Lord.
as an NFL player,
Of the Lord.
as a movie star.
Of the Lord.
Come into the name and representation of the Lord.
That's right.
That's it. Nothing else. You can't come into in the house of God talking about something else.
Right.
You sound foolishness. That's the wisdom of this earth.
That's right.
So it's telling you bless, favor,
Right.
kudos.
For real.
Be he that come in the name of the Lord. Y'all don't even trust in the name of the Lord. You have your own gods. Money is your God. You say, I'm coming in as a millionaire. I'm coming in as an assistant to Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
I come in the attributes of Michael Jordan.
Right.
I come as a secret service to the president. That's not getting you nowhere. That's all man-made to make you feel important.
That's right.
If you're not coming in the name of the Lord, you doodle to the eyes of the Most High.
Dung.
A dung hill.
Right.
A dung hill with legs and arms.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? A Disney creation.
See,
That's what you are.
the Bible say we watch for a nation that can't save us. That's
Oh,
why
we think they can save us.
Right. That's what
Wholeheartedly, we think that.
Right. That's why you could put on you could be an NBA player or an NFL player, and then you could drape an American flag across your back and then walk around the field or the court all proudly like you an American. No, you're not even a citizen. They don't consider you you property.
Right.
You property. You still currently property.
That's right. That's right. That's why it says in 18 and 118 and 8. You know what I'm saying? We put confidence in man. All right, man is not gonna get us out of this situation, this captivity that we in. The Most High is gonna get us out of this thing.
Right.
All right. Go to Psalm 73 and 1. We're gonna read 1 through 3, and then I want to pull up that mass media video that I posted on the channel, brothers, because it all goes into the mindset and the media. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, his we will get the precept.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Truly God is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped.
Because Asaph is telling you, like, looking at these heathen, because this world, right? I spoke on it. They stole everything. You know what I'm saying? They have the riches. They living out riches they stole long time ago.
Right.
Okay? Our people, we envy that. We see that. We see these things, the fashions, how they living, the vacations they taking, all these different things, and we desiring those things. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High is going to look out for Israel. Remember, the 2nd Ezra 6:8, Jacob is Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of that follows. I'm butchering it, but you understand what I'm saying. Jacob is the beginning of it, or the ending of it. I'm sorry. Meaning it's going to end with Jacob. Christ coming back. All right, we going to rule the earth. Ain't going to be no more captivities after that.
Right.
But you got to make it to that stage of life. You understand? Okay, keep reading.
Verse 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the property of the wicked.
Prosperity.
Prosperity of the wicked.
It said, I was envious of the foolish. All these things that these other nations do and has put before us to do and following that pattern is foolishness to God. All right? It's foolishness to God. Now, of course, don't get it twisted. Most I say I'm butchering it, but the children of this world is wiser than the children. I'm butchering it. Children of light, something like that. I know what I'm quoting. The point that goes into is the mammon of the world. It's their world. It's their system. So things that we do, we're going to follow it. But as long as it's in the lines of the commandments, you understand? That's where Romans 13:1 come in. All right. So we were envious of the prosperity of the wicked. That's why people see these things and they want it. All right. This is the mindset. So we're gonna show you a little mindset of how these things are implanted in our minds. Let's play the video for them. This is a mass media, Khan Academy. Y'all got it? All right, play a little of it. It's going to explain itself pretty much and how indoctrination of our mindset.
What exactly are we talking about when we talk about mass media? Well, we're talking about the dissemination of information, or how information is transmitted within a culture. And this could include print media, like books, newspapers, and magazines, as well as digital media, like TV, movies, radio, and the internet. Exactly how this media is consumed changes across cultures and age groups. For example, my grandmother gets a lot of her information about current events through TV and newspapers, but I primarily get this information online. And when we look at mass media, we can look at the role it plays in our society through different sociological perspectives. So according to the functionalist view, one of the most important functions of mass media is to provide entertainment. So it's meant to occupy our leisure time.
Okay, pause it.
But the functionalist... Well, we're talking about the dissemination...
Okay, you started back off. Okay, you see it said... I forgot what it said. What is it? Oh, entertainment. It's to occupy our leisure time. Okay? Really, we don't have no leisure time. We be working all the damn time. Captivity, you know what I'm saying? So we really don't have no leisure time, you know. But even in our so-called leisure time, all right, they indoctrinate us with the entertainment.
Right.
They entertain us with all these different things that the football, the basketball, the news. Because a lot of it, as Trump said, is fake news, right?
Right.
We don't get the whole, we don't get all the news. We don't get world news. We don't get what's going on in Iraq or Iran or Russia, you know, Brexit, all this stuff. We don't get those type of news.
Right.
In some media outlets, yes. But for the most majority, like local news and things of that nature, we don't get that.
Right.
CNN, Caucasian News Network, they cover what they want to cover. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember, Esau is in control of everything. Even when they said about the, from our older generation, they said more newspapers, things of that nature. Now it's more what? Our generation, per se, is more internet. You know what I'm saying? The fast-paced stuff, right? But who's in control of that, though? Esau, right? So they're shaping the minds of the people. They see a Kobe, LeBron, these different idols, stars.
Right.
They worship them. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that they're geared to. That's the way out of poverty, of this situation, that situation, my drunk daddy, my crackhead mama, whatever the case may be. That's the way out of this situation. All right.
And speaking on that, Cap, just to touch on what you said about the media, the when they had the attack with the Iranians shooting the missiles in Iraq,
right?
They said Trump came on the next day. He said, you know, basically bigging up America. Oh, we didn't have no casualties. We good. But then they had a report during all this Kobe stuff going on and all the other stuff going on with the coronavirus. They put out a report saying that there were soldiers that suffered brain injuries just from the concussions and stuff of the bombs going off. So they did have people that were hurt. They just lied and said, oh, there's nobody hurt. But they had people hurt.
You know, he don't want to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? You want to remember, America's great. You know, the whore, she ain't been touched. This America, like we good. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to put that out. Right? Yeah, we ain't defiled. We don't want to put that out to the public like that. You know what I'm saying? We keep it on the low. Yeah, it's just a little. There's a couple,
little
you know,
dust. Shake it off.
look concussions. There ain't no wrong with concussions. Just like our men that get concussions and things of that nature that they found out doing in these sports. CTE. Yeah. Okay, brain injuries. Yeah, I remember the guy in Will Smith played it. Thank you. Will Smith played the actual man that discovered that illness. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things associated with all this, the sports and stuff, man. You know, that they pushing and gearing our children too. All right, they're persuading the mind of our children. All right.
You know, Bishop brought it out yesterday. The barometer by which you can judge day for day whether you're doing what God made you to do. When you read Sirach 39:1, that's the barometer that you are to measure yourself by daily. Right. If you can't say to yourself that you give God more time in your day than you give this world, you're not doing what you was created for.
That's right.
You know,
and that's heavy because that's what we getting into. That's what this whole class is about. We're ignoring God but looking to the world, to Esau, to the fashion of this world to mold and guide us, but we already been molded and guided. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We just don't know it. We ignorant of God. That's why we bring it back to your remembrance. All right, Israel?
Hey, can I pull this precept out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremiah 17:5. Going right into how we trust in the fashion of this world. And another thing I think about too is how the things that they portray on TV to us with their popular persuasion, of course, like the Basketball Wives and, you know, all of these type of shows that degrade us, but yet and still they not showing it to their kids. Right. You know, they not growing up on that type of stuff.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
I could get you where you want to be. You go to my particular college. We could get you all the way.
Right.
You trusting in that man. Come on.
And maketh flesh his arm.
Come on.
And whose heart departed from the Lord.
You see that? Because they're not thinking about their history. They're not thinking about their belief, where their ancestry come from. Right. You know, God, they religion is not on their mind at all. All they thinking about is their wealth. I got to get my mama this house. I got to become this pro so I could be set. That's what they trusting in man about.
That's right. That's on point. That's on point also. And remember, Kobe came out of 17 out of high school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was the first one to do that, right?
Yeah, he was the first one.
Yeah, he was the first one. LeBron
and
came
the youngest
out as well.
Because I think Magic went to college, but he was like 20.
Right,
you know, he was the youngest at that time.
Right.
Kevin Garnett as well. He
right, Kevin Garnett.
You had Rashard Lewis.
Yeah, he came out of high school I went to. Right.
Yep. And the thing about it with Kobe though, the difference with him was, his father was in some league in Italy or something like that.
Well, he played in the NBA, but then he went overseas. Because a lot of times when your career don't flourish in the NBA, you go overseas.
Right. Yes, sir. So he was over there. Then
what's his name?
Stoudemire. Not Stoudemire, but Stephon Marbury.
Yeah. So then he went over there. He was over there, and then they came back, and he only did like 2 years at the high school that they saying, "Oh, we grew him." No, you ain't growing him. He was already, his daddy was an NBA player. So anyway, his story was kind of a little different, you know. But I understand what y'all saying. He did them 2 years and came right out. So
right. But his commitment at 17, you know what I'm saying? His commitment at 17 was to, a lot of times, You know how when you read in Sirach, I think it's 30, talking about raise up a avenger.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So raising up a son, his son probably got that hunger and that drive or that mama like mentality is by looking at his daddy. You know what I'm saying? And saying my daddy didn't have a good career. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna do better than my daddy, and I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave with a legacy. You know what I'm saying? Just like Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? His daddy and his uncle was boxers. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't really go nowhere.
And
they fought. They fought the best of the best. You know what I mean? But they never like really won. You know what I'm saying? And Floyd, like, you know what? I'm gonna pick up the torch, and I'm not gonna let it down. I'm committed. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people who are the first time, you know what I mean, so-called pioneers of it, they have to go through the trail. They have to create a trailblazer. And a lot of times they spend majority of their time doing that, creating a way. But then you have a son, the path has already been created.
Yeah. You know who else doing that? That Balls guy. He got them sons, the Balls.
Yeah.
You know,
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Right.
You know, he couldn't do it, so he raised up Avengers that's going to seek that wealth like that.
Right.
That career.
So that's the thing what we're trying to, the mentality that we have for sports, entertainment, in the fashion of this world, you got to have the same mentality for the Most High. We don't have. Because, go back to Psalm 73, what Captain was reading off of. Because that precept, what Asaph is talking about, that's all of us. That's all of us in the land of our captivity. Like when you read in Ecclesiastes, it's talking about the sinner can do wrong 100 times. You know what I'm saying? And his days are prolonged. And sometimes that make us envious. Like the saying with the sin that they have in the world, why the good die young. And the wicked lives are prolonged. But go ahead, read where you at. Read verse 2. Did you read 1? Read.
Verse 1. Yeah. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73 and verse 1. Truly God is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart.
A pure mind. You have to have a pure mind in the world of confusion. That's the only way that's going to sustain you. That's the only way your faith is the only thing going to help you to overcome the things that you see, the temptations. You got to have a clean heart. That's why David said, put in me a clean heart.
Right. That's right.
Show me your way. Show me the laws. Then I can teach my people.
Right.
Because why? Majority of people is right here with Esau. Verse 2.
Verse 2. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped.
He almost fell out the faith.
Right.
He almost got caught up. That's why a lot of times brothers be just trying to die every other week or every other month. Bro, temptation is knocking at your door every day, every hour, every minute, every second.
That's right.
You got to be on point because you're going to slip.
Right.
And it's your thoughts that show you that.
That's
because
right.
your every other thought is an evil thought, you know. So that's your barometer to measure by where you are with the Most High, whether you be in the faith or whether you in the flesh. You know that you can search that just by your thoughts. You say to yourself, "What am I thinking?" You know what I mean? When you have a thought, where did the thought come from? You know what I mean? You have to examine your thoughts, and if you cannot do that, then you constantly in the flesh.
That's what I should have said. As a man thinketh, so is he.
Right, and then the scriptures tell us we have to take every thought into captive to obedience of Jesus Christ. So
that's right.
You know, that's definitely on point also.
Right, go ahead. This is why people are right here, verse 3.
Verse 3. For I was envious of the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
Right. It said, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity. That's why I say envy not a sinner.
Right.
And know their end when you read Sirach 9 and 11.
Right.
Know their end, because that lifestyle is going to come to an end.
Right.
What is the what does it gains? I mean, what does it prosper a guy to gain an individual to gain the whole world but lose his soul? Because you can live like a millionaire or a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people who are millionaires and billionaires, but you know they don't love God.
Right.
They don't fear God. In the direction that they're going, it's not good. But guess what? we are choosing their ways. Now they are becoming our mentors.
Right.
They become our word word of advice. We don't go to Proverbs. We don't go to God's words. We go to men because they got things that we want. That's what it means. Envy not. Envy, for I was envious at the foolish. Even when you read in with Ezra, he said, if the world was given to us, why we live like such?
Right.
That's what he's talking about. I see the prosperity of everybody else. And the people of the people of your nation, the ones that's excelling, is the mammon of the world.
That's right.
That's what I mean. They dedicated their whole life. That's what Captain was going into, is the mammon of the world. Sometimes they are more wiser than the children of light,
Right.
those who keeping the commandments. But the mammon of the world, they dedicated their whole life to making things happen. Only thing they have over Israel is to where they have a work ethic. They have a dedication. But Israel, when it's talking about and what Christ was talking about in Luke, a lot of times we just wait for manna and bread to fall out of heaven.
Right.
But they know that they got to get out there and make things happen to get what they want. But right here is telling you, and what Asaph is saying, that they just, everything they know is just of the world. Right here, everything they know is of the world.
That's right. Right.
And these are people that you are watching and you are envy or jealous of them. You're not supposed to be like, they have their reward right here.
That's right.
They have their reward. They have nothing invested in heaven in the afterworld.
At all.
The world to come. The roles are going to be reversed.
That's right.
Go ahead. Jump down to 12.
Verse 12. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches.
You see that? These are the people that Asaph is looking at. He said they are the wicked. They have prosperity in the prosperity of the wicked. And these are the ungodly. These individuals ungodly. They not righteous. They just put on a nice suit, put on some cologne, and they look holy.
Right.
But they're not. They
Form
evil
God.
dressed up.
Right.
Satan has transformed himself into an angel of light.
Right.
As a basketball player, as a movie star. All that is witchcraft.
Right.
But
I'm not gonna say everybody in there who they doing voodoo, they doing rituals and things like that. I'm not gonna say that. But the whole mentality, the whole system of it
Right.
is to draft our young men to do the bidding of Esau.
That's right.
It's to make dollar bills, y'all. So it say, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in this world. They increase in riches. Jump down to 16.
Verse 16. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me.
You see this? So now he's looking at everything to where he's coming into his right mind right now.
Right.
He's letting you know what he almost slipped, what made him slip. You know what I'm saying? And now how he got his mind right to where, you know what? These people they nothing to God. They hate God.
Right.
Why should I worship and envy them? That's what Asaph is coming into his mind. What he's doing, he's purifying himself. He's cleaning his mind from all the filth. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Until I went into the sanctuary of God, then understood I their end.
Right. And some of these people that he was envy of, it was painful for him because some of them were his friends. Some of them is his families. It is painful to understand that your mama gonna die.
Right.
If that behavior, you're gonna be put to death.
Right.
Can they hear us? Okay. That they're gonna be put to death. That's painful.
Right.
Because he said, until I went into the sanctuary of God and then understood their end. That's the only way you're gonna understand the true judgment.
That's right.
Because out there, you think God love everybody.
Right.
Ain't nothing gonna happen to him. But when you go in the sanctuary in the house of the Lord, you're gonna understand that these people gonna be put to death
That's right.
for serving two masters like the captain brought out, or being lukewarm.
And that's how you know that Asaph was a black man, so-called black man. We the only ones think like that.
Right.
There's some deep thoughts right there.
That's right.
Hey, you know, it's funny because in a natural sense, right? You take a rich man, right? And this rich man has children. And then the children are disobedient unto this rich man. His children, they're disobedient unto this rich man, which is their father. and he has a will. And Esau shows you this. Esau will write his own children out of the will if his children do not obey him and do what he tells them to do.
Right,
But for some reason, we disconnect that from God being our father as children of Israel. We disconnect that ideology, which works the exact same way. So if you're not doing what the Most High God commands you to do as an Israelite,
Right.
which is keeping the commandments, you will be written out the will regardless of what this world convinces you of.
That's right. That's right. That's on point. That's on point. That's why we're trying to turn our brothers and sisters over back to, because our sisters in this world, you know, WNBA and tennis players and all this. They in this life as well, you know, in that world, right?
Right.
Golf, all
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? So,
They even have lingerie football.
oh yeah, they sure do got football for the sisters.
Yeah,
though.
they've been having that for years.
Boxing, sisters boxing.
Yeah, boxing, right? They
You're supposed to be
yeah.
delicate, tender, and you punching each other
Yeah, they on.
and kicking each
They
other.
got sisters playing college ball, Cap. You know, they've been doing that for years with, sisters playing high school MMA. Yes, sir. You know, they've been doing that other one for years with the sisters playing football. You know, sisters been playing football for years, but I think it's a so-called African-American sister that's playing in college ball right now.
Right.
They just announced. I seen the news the other day, the other morning, and they announced that it's a Edomite lady, which is supposed to be the first lady to coach. What is it? In the Super Bowl or something like
Yeah, I
that.
think she's assistant coach. Or something.
Oh, okay, something like that. Yeah, so that go into what he was talking about.
Feminism.
Yeah. Go to 1 Timothy 6 and 7. 6 and 7, because basically showing you through all this that you go fall into sin. It's everything that's set up for you is to continue in sin, you know, and then having riches that just go engulf your plethora of sin. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can have and do and live how you want. You know, as we stated, for the food, for women, for your own ideology of the God you think that, you know, God is all gods. You know, like Harry Spears was talking about the foolishness. This is how people's mind is gone. You know, and he's an actor, right? Comedian, actor. You know what I'm saying? Comedian, actor, flash actor.
He's saying some funny stuff right now.
Yeah, he funny as hell right now. Read that.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 7. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out.
That said a lot in itself right there. Huh? We brought nothing into this world. You know, and that's one thing you think about. The Most High, Solomon asked the Most High for wisdom. He gave him wisdom, and in that wisdom he had what? Riches. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge, understanding of everything. You know, but our people seek just riches. You know what I'm saying? They seek the things that God can give them everything. You know what I'm saying? But they seek things that are not of God. But then not understanding the kingdom to come. These things that's in this earth and that we possess today is not going to be in the kingdom to come. We can't take this with us.
Right.
That's the point that I'm making. All right. So Kobe, he got all these riches, probably billions of dollars.
Right.
He can't do nothing with that.
Right.
His family go take it, his wife, so on and so forth, his children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this the Most High is giving you the mindset you can't take none of this with you. All right.
Kobe can't. To show you what Captain is saying, Kobe can't even buy a do-over. You know what I'm saying? He can't even use that money to save his life. You know what I'm saying? Or his daughter's life. Because trust me, if he had an opportunity to save his life, not even necessarily save his life, save his daughter's life, he would. That just shows you that you bring nothing in this world. You can't take nothing with you. Right. So when the Most High is, you know what I mean, when that time is coming,
That's it.
money is nothing.
Right.
Money is nothing, man.
Right.
You can't buy your time,
Right.
basically.
Yeah, you can't buy extra time. You can't buy a lifeline.
This ain't a video game, huh?
Right. So that's why we have to consider our ways of things that we value,
Right.
things that we cherish,
Right.
things that we love.
Right.
And you know what? This right here, it kills the Egyptians. Huh?
Go ahead, Cap. How
It
so?
killed the Egyptians. Theory. You know what the Egyptians used to do?
Oh, yeah.
Bury they stuff with 'em.
With
The kings and the queens,
gold,
the pharaohs, they bury they bury their slaves alive with them, and saying they gonna inherit them in the afterlife.
My slave coming with me.
But the Bible just said right here that slave you got on earth is not gonna be in the afterworld.
Right.
Right.
All that gold that that's why you had tomb raiders.
Right.
They was going to get the ancient.
Raid.
You know,
That's in that.
they raid
Right.
the gold,
Right.
the precious metals. You know what I'm saying?
They dead. Let's get this.
For real. Now your body is in London or Italy or some damn where. You know what I'm saying? On a
Right.
museum. Thank you for preserving the body for us.
Right, for real. And it's gold.
In the gold. You give us enough money to store your ass.
Right.
You give us a nice air conditioning facility, you know what I'm saying? To do some more research on you.
That's right.
But like the captain was saying, this is the propaganda that they put in front of us, that we chase, the Aries and the Kobe's and, being a profession like that. That's what they have us chase after, rather than,
Right.
looking at the Most High, looking at, for our nation. We look at
That's right.
these things, and they are role models and leaders, and Jesse Jacksons and Al Sharpners. We look at all of that. Everybody we see, propose on the TV, in front of us. We look at them. That's why they crying for Kobe Flowers and a place that he ain't at no more. Out here in front of the Lakers and all of this stuff, man. That's crazy.
Right. Yeah, that's on point. Keep reading.
Verse 8. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content.
So he's telling you to be content with your wages. Be content with the things that you have.
Right.
Basically, riches. There's nothing wrong with riches. Like Cap, riches. Like Cap says, nothing wrong with riches. The Most High make rich, He make poor. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that's go ordain what you can handle. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they can repent. They can come in this truth. They can start keeping these commandments, either, behind the scenes or whatever the case may be. But the point is, they can get the kingdom that's promised to them. You know what I'm saying? If they choose so, But that's on them.
Like David said, Cap, by being rich, he said, don't make me rich where I forget thee.
That's right.
And
That's
a lot
right.
of times people get rich and they forget the Lord. And it goes
That's it.
back to that 23, Proverbs 23, saying that, cease not to be rich. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Seek not to be rich.
Right. Yeah, labor not to be rich. There you
right.
go. You know what I'm saying? Or unless it grow rings to fly to the heavens. You know what I'm saying? That you're gonna get prideful, you're gonna get puffed up to where you don't want to humble yourself. Like we said about last week with the little Boosie and everything like that. These men are so used to being worship and praise that they forget to give praises to the Most High.
He is. Remember, the Most High is the one that orchestrating all this. Esau is in power because the Most High orchestrated him to be in power. The life you live is his goings. It's his puppetry, however you want to say it. Okay,
Right.
Keep reading.
Verse 9.
That's it.
Verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition.
That's the key thing. Those that be rich, those that it is, like I said, it's rich, it's power, it's many things that can blind you from what your true purpose on the earth is. Your true purpose on the earth is to do what? Serve the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And another way that they blind you with these temptations and the snares is the gifts, the things that they give you. All right? Pull that one I posted on there about like the Oscars. Now, we talking about your actors now. The gifts that they get. You know what I'm saying? And it, like I say, football, all this, they get endorsements, they get so many things, free this, free that. They do commercials too, you know what I'm saying? And get free stuff. You know what I'm saying? All these things, basically, that two master thing. You know what I'm saying?
Endorse them.
Right, they're endorsing them. But the two master thing, it blinds them from even trying to consider or think about the Most High, the Creator, that's doing all this.
Cap, just imagine being endorsed by Satan.
That's who they endorsed by.
He
That's a
tried
good
to
one.
endorse Christ.
That's a good one, right? I give you all this, Christ. Just worship me.
Sign your name in blood right here.
That's on point, Cap.
That's crazy, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Being endorsed by Satan.
Got it. Just scroll all. Well, you can read the top and then scroll all the way down to what they get in these gift baskets. These entertainers. All of them entertainers. Remember that.
He said the world is given to me, and I give it to whom I may.
That's it. That's it.
Give, destroy the heart.
Through who? The Most High. Remember Job.
I'm endorsed by Satan.
He's my sponsor.
I them say I thank God.
Yeah, I think God,
Lucifer.
Satan. Yeah.
And then Esau
Lord
stick it in
Savior.
your face.
Scroll down, so up will be the one, so down, I guess, so he can read
The
it
other way.
the other way. He read just the title
A
and
little
then.
bit more.
That damn statue's a deity.
Don't go
Yep,
down no
that
more.
is a deity.
No, the other way. That's it. That's it. That's all you got.
Say Oscar.
Inside the 232,000 Oscar, I can't see that other part. Go down.
Oh, there you go. You couldn't see it.
Courts. Everyone's a winner.
It wasn't open for him.
Keep going.
Let me finish reading that top part.
Crank it back.
Inside the 232,000 Oscar, 232,000 Oscar gift bag that requires multiple suitcases to deliver.
Public education.
Okay, shots fired. Okay. Scroll out. Just keep going down. Oh, you need glasses. You getting older, bro. Yeah.
For the actors and directors.
No, we're not gonna read that. Just scroll all up. The topic is the gift basket. So just scroll.
That's what it's talking about right there, sir.
No, you good. Just scroll up. That's why I want to just read the title.
Okay.
Just scroll up. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I mean,
That's it. Keep going.
no, yeah, right there. Now we for the read what's in the gift bag. That's the point I want to make.
Here's every item in the Distinctive Assets 2016 gift bag.
Roll it back down a little bit.
Start at the top. Have it at the top.
Right there.
A Hayes Dual Vaporizer, $250. Personalized M&Ms, $300. A $10,000 meal donation.
That thing said personalized M&Ms.
Yeah, $300.
Whatever you want
What
on it. You want your name on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Idolatry. Go ahead.
If you want, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Only
Dollar
God
sign.
can judge me on it or something.
Yeah,
You want
dollar
$signs, dollar signs on your M&Ms.
Only God
Gold
can-
M&Ms.
Right.
Right.
I'm eating gold,
Silver. Yeah.
Our people eat.
40 karat gold M&Ms.
Go ahead.
A $10,000 meal donation made in a nominee's name to an animal shelter or rescue of their choice, $6,300.
Tax write-off. Go ahead.
A lifetime supply of Puer Tea Nourishing Cream and Puer Tea Cleansing Bar, $31,200.
That must be a hell of some cleaning, whatever the hell they're supposed to clean. I don't know.
Esau needs.
$31,000. Wow.
Ooh-wee.
Go ahead.
A year's worth of Audi car rentals from Silver Car,
Wow.
The hell?
$45,000.
A year of rental car, Audi rental. That's
Audi.
That's a foreign car.
A particular car at that.
We seen Jamie
a
Foxx
luxury
in the
car.
we seen Jamie Foxx in the new 2019 Audi this week. Wow, he's balling. No, he's a
That was a
rental.
gift. Right.
10-day, all expense paid trip to
To
Eretz
Israel.
Israel.
Wow.
Israel. Yeah.
What?
They only gonna take you to the final part.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
what?
hey.
Now what? Amalek over there dumping in the middle of the street,
Right.
taking
Hey,
a
Cap.
dump in the middle of the street.
Remember, they the ones that run Hollywood.
Tel Aviv.
They the ones running Hollywood, so they, go visit our homeland.
Right.
to worship us, Satan.
Right.
We would endorse you even more.
Yeah.
Man, they dumping Israel. You should be mad. They dumping in your homeland, bro.
Well, you
10
know why they
days.
going to Israel too, though, because that Amalek they own the movie industry.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
Yes, sir. 10-day, all expense paid trip to Israel, $55,000. Ooh-wee. Tribute video services, $125.
get somebody to follow you around and just
Yeah.
I don't know.
idolize you. Go ahead.
Coat Kaolian Ultimate Pore Care Gift Set, $134. You want to cleanse your pores. Healing Saint Luminosity Skin Serum and Hair Follicle Stimulant, $195.
Make it out, bro.
$3. Private 15-day walking tour of Japan, $54,000.
Y'all, the point I'm making, y'all see that all these gifts they getting, even though they're trying to give like $6,000 back to a charity. Yeah, okay. They rich.
Good Lord.
Your phone. One of y'all phone.
Huh?
They rich. So why are they getting these $200-some-thousand gift baskets?
Right.
Free vacations, like. So this is just showing you the gifts that our people get. Their mind is not on the most high. Their mind is not on their forefathers.
The rich get rich and the poor stay poor.
That's it. That's the system that Esau has devised. Okay? So from there, go to Ecclesiastes 7:7.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
It said that gift destroyeth the heart. All right? Meaning it makes you make bad decisions. All right? It puts you farther and farther away from your God, your nation. What's your purpose here on earth? It's not to be a football player, a basketball player, an actor, an entertainer. Yeah, it's not your purpose on earth. Okay? You got something?
No, I was just gonna say, like, being a person that feeling like a king or master or some type of prestige, and you have people serving you, man, that's intoxicating.
Right.
And a lot of these people, they are being served.
They got the maids at the house. They
Right.
got all of it.
They not trying to lose that.
Like
That's,
this, they
man,
kingdom, pretty
yeah.
much.
Right.
We were on the cruise, man. They was on our beck and call, man. I was like, wow, man, they serving us. That make you feel good. You don't want to let that go.
And it's our people, though.
And it's our people, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, people with low self-esteem, they step on people. Hurt people, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
They not finna try to be morally fit when they know they having mental challenges, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mental disabilities, just to make you feel bad. They need to feel bad in their mind. I mean, they need to feel better in their mind.
Right.
So
go to Sirach 20 and 29. Because all the things that they give you, the money, the gifts, the popularity, you know, the fame, you worship me like Satan said. You know what I'm saying? I give you all this. But you gotta
the VIP, you know what I mean?
That's
The
right.
the
All
pull up,
access,
yeah,
right.
just pull up to a restaurant, everybody know your name, get
Right,
free
right.
meals, free watches.
come on, we got the table all ready for you. You know, it's carted off. You know, this, that, and that.
Go to the mall, they shut it down, and you only want to end up in foot action,
Right.
picking your shoes and outfits and everything.
Yeah.
Passing
Disney
you up.
World, the whole Disney World shut down because me and my child and her group of friends came for the weekend. So.
We don't want to be around other kids,
Right.
other people, so we
Right.
want the whole Disney World by ourselves.
Right.
Is that not the thing to go and be amongst other people,
Right.
enjoying the atmosphere of everything?
Pretty much. Right. Read that.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 20 and verse 29. Presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise, and stop up his mouth that he cannot reprove.
It say presents and gifts. Well, we just witnessed the Oscars. Trip to Israel. Trip to Japan.
Right.
55. What 35, 30 something.
Go a trip to Israel, everything been whitewashed.
Right. Oh man. That's how they blind our people with the gifts. But then they stop their mouth. Because when it comes to, and you know, you had back in the day, I forget their names, but the ones that stood up and did the fists and so on and so forth with the Olympics, they got blackballed. It just basically showing you when they give you these gifts and the prestige and the power, things of that nature, limited power, okay. But they give you these things, you can't speak out now on the things you see. You can't see the oppression of your people and say, hold up, my people being oppressed right here, like Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't do that.
Them gifts come with a unwritten, unverbal gag order.
Right.
That's what it's saying. When I give you these gifts, it's a gag order.
Right. They're not raising you up for that. They raising you up to do their bid.
That's right. So it's showing you that if you say something, that's why it's stopping your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna be blackballed. You gonna be kicked out of this league or that
Public
league or whatever.
persuasion.
You know what I'm saying?
Gifts gonna turn into IRS letters.
Right. That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Eviction notice.
Yeah, that's true.
Purchasing
Credit
your
cards
loyalty.
cut off.
Right. Go to let's go to 1 Corinthians 1:26. 1 Corinthians 1:26. Okay, what? Okay. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 1:26.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1 and verse 26. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
So we are called, but the Most High, through Paul, is letting you know that the things that this world esteem and put forth to be idolized, that's what I'm looking for, it's not what the Most High looking for. You understand? He already have, which we go bring out, his prophets ordained from the womb.
Right.
Okay? And the world see us as nothing. He don't want those mighty, those nobles, those politicians, those actors, those men of status of the world. Not saying some of them not going to be called, because you read in the scriptures, some of our high leaders were called, right? They stood up for Christ. Yeah, Nicodemus. You know what I'm saying? There's many more. But the point I'm making to you is it's going to be few and far between because the gifts, because of what the world, what Satan has given them. All right? Keep going.
Verse 27. But God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
Right. He's waking up those that are called nothing to show and teach those, as they say, go in the gate of the noble, so on and so forth, the chief place of concourse, to tell the people who they are, to wake our people up. You understand? The Most High is calling those people that are considered nothing to do this, to perform the mission, to perform their calling.
Right. And I like how they say that mighty and not many mighty and not many noble. You got your Michael Jordans.
Right.
They are mighty. They are giants in the earth, and they articulate. You know what I'm saying? And they have charisma where they can persuade many people.
Right.
And you have the nobles. You have the politician like the captain going to your Jesse Jacksons your Al Sharptons, your Farrakhan's. You know what I'm saying? You have those that have charisma talking about certain things that we going through as a people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they are not giving you the solution.
Right. Key thing.
They noble. You know what I'm saying? You in your mind they look noble. They look like they royalty and they right. But the Most High said, I'm not calling them. But he said, I'm gonna use the foolish to confound the mighty. The Michael Jordans, the nobles and the mighties of the earth.
Right.
Because they not mighty in spiritually. They mighty earthly. It's wisdom, it's worldly wisdom.
Right.
That's foolishness with God. Right. But guess what? The wisdom of this world is foolishness to God, and we come in the name of God, we look foolishness to the world.
Right.
That's why I said the foolishness don't confound the earth, the wise, the mighty. You understand that? The ones that's wise on this earth. Just think about Moses came back to Egypt with a stick, a staff. They laughed him to scorn. You got the Pharaoh, and you got the magicians.
Right.
These men are mighty and noble.
Right.
and all the signs and everything. That's who they was going. That's who they was going against. The wisdom of the pharaohs,
Right.
of the pharaoh.
Which is your politicians, your government today, basically. That's on point. And Moses was looked at, he nobody, basically.
Confounded them.
Pretty much.
Because he said he was gonna give us a mouth that nobody could gainsay
Adversary,
against.
right.
You know,
That's
and that's
right.
this Bible. Nobody
That's
could
right.
gainsay against this Bible.
That's right at all. Read verse 21.
The verse 31. That
Read
according
28. You read 28?
No, I haven't read that.
All right, read 28, then jump to 21.
Verse 28. And base things of the world and things which are despised hath God chosen, yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are.
Our job is to, as Jeremiah said, to teach against and to prophesy against and to show our people what's going to happen to this kingdom to come. All right, this world that we live in now, it won't be going on like this. You know, it won't be revelings. It won't be whoremongering. It won't be partying. It won't be all these religions. It won't be none of these things. What's that? Hypocrisy. Yeah, straight up hypocrisy. It won't be none of that. In God we trust country. No, none of that, because they don't trust in God. Because they will be following God's word. You know what I'm saying? They biggest hypocrites there are. All right?
Martin Luther King said, "Be true what you said on paper."
And they never will be true what they say on paper, because how many treaties they broke with the so-called Native Americans?
Over 400.
Right. So, at all. They don't know. They have no
Immoral.
No
Etiquette.
integrity.
integrity. There you go. That's the word I'm looking. They have no integrity. They have no soul. You know what I'm saying? They the devil that the Bible speaks of. You can't what's the word I'm looking for? Reason. Thank you. You can't reason
A
with
bad-
the devil.
The Terminator.
A bad tree don't
Yeah.
produce good fruits.
That's right. The Terminator had a mission. Esau have a mission. Yeah, to terminate. He has a mission to keep us in sin, to keep us confused. That's it. That's his mission. He's that sword that the scriptures speak of in Psalms.
Right.
You understand? He's doing what the Most High has ordained him to do. It's our job, huh? What he designed to do. That was he created to do. Our purpose is different. All right? That's what we're showing you today. Read that, 21.
Verse 21. For after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God.
Because Cap quoted, and I was going to go there, but he quoted. You know, 1 Corinthians 3 and 19, I think, right? The foolishness of this world is foolishness. The wisdom of this world is foolishness with God.
Mm-hmm.
They have no wisdom. There's nothing that you can show me that is going to profit me on being able to get the kingdom.
Right.
Okay? Unless you're coming out of this word,
Right.
which they not. Because it's not in them to come out the word.
Right.
All right? The word wasn't given to them. All right? Keep going.
For after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God.
It said, read it one more again.
For after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God.
The world knew not God, because the wisdom that the world understands is the wisdom of who? Man.
Mm-hmm.
Man is given the wisdom. Man has given your what's your purpose. That's what man's giving you.
Right.
But that's not what God given you. All right, keep reading.
It pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
Our job, which is foolishness to those that are the outlookers, okay, to see what we do, to look at us as foolish, to look at us as what these dudes doing on the corner,
Right.
what these dudes doing in the library, what these dudes doing marching, what these, like in Chicago, you know, they looked at that and was like, what are they doing? That's why we got no, media in a,
They not gonna realize until it's too late.
right.
They not gonna realize until Noah went into the
right.
ark and closed the door.
Yeah, it's too late. It's over now. That's right. That's right. So we are to teach the people. That's our whole mission. That's what this whole class is about, is waking up Israel. All right, whatever avenue, whatever you're in, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're actor, entertainer, whatever.
Right.
Regular old, as they say, Joe Schmo, or the foolishness of this world, as they call us. Whatever state you in, it's about you returning to the Father. All right. Go to Job 8 and 8. You got something?
Can I pull something real quick while
Yeah,
we
yeah,
in
go ahead.
Corinthians 3? To I know we wrapping it up. We coming to a close. Corinthians 3 and 11. This is sums the conclusion up. You know what I'm saying? That our people have to be mindful of. Go ahead.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3 and verse 11. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Jesus Christ.
You see that? No man came and died for you. No man deserved the long life committed from
Right.
you than Jesus Christ.
That's right.
A man who came on earth did no wrong and just came to be a sacrifice for you.
Right.
No man can lay that foundation. You understand? No man came and gave his life for a nation of people that really didn't deserve it.
Right.
It say no man can lay that foundation right there. No man deserved more praise than Christ.
Right.
No man deserved more commitment, dedication to than what Christ have done.
That's right.
No college education, no basketball career, you chase everything just for your name can be on the ground.
Right.
The Walk of Fame.
Right.
Right. In California. Right.
You work everything for your name can be on the Raptors in the building.
Right. Your number hanging up there.
You understand that? That's what you work all your life for, and you cry and you have blood, sweat, and tears in.
Right.
Because that's what they say. Kobe gave everything his blood, sweat, and
Right.
tears to the Lakers. But guess what? I'm going to show you something. Guess what? If there's no United States and there's no basketball, there's no Kobe, there's no Michael Jordan.
Right.
You only is going to be relevant how long this country stay in power.
Right. How long they want you to be relevant.
That's it. Now go ahead.
Verse 12. Now, if any man build up this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble.
All this stuff is what we work for. We strive to have
Right.
everything, and we put over. He's showing you. You put all this over Christ, and you can take this class and be offensive and be mad and say we don't know what we're talking about. What is your foundation? Is it Christ or is it something else?
Right.
Is it one of these things right here? And you know whatever you dedicate your life to, that's where your heart is at. Man, whatever a man lay his treasure at, so is his heart.
That's right. Right. And the Bible says store up your
Treasures in heaven. Seek ye the
So-
kingdom of heaven first.
Right. So that's dealing with your works unto the Most High God, the work that you do for Him that He spell out in this Bible. If you're not doing what He tell you to do in this Bible, all the treasures you building up, they're gonna be destroyed when the nukes hit this country.
That's what I'm saying. The foundation. Don't get mad at us.
Right.
We just some messengers.
Right.
We here to provoke you to righteousness. That's it. So what is you putting your foundation over Christ? It just said don't let no man lay nothing more than no foundation than Christ. Lay no foundation above Christ. And don't let none silver, gold, precious stones, wood, whatever, your house, your car, all that is plastic. You know, gold is gold, silver is silver, and other precious metal, Rubens, diamonds, whatever. It's nothing.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 13. Every man's work shall be made manifest.
Everything that you did, everything you desire in life is going to be manifest. You did everything for money, or you did everything for the love of the Lord.
Right.
You didn't put nothing over Christ, or you put everything over Christ.
Mhm.
You made Christ your footstool in your walking mat.
Right.
Go ahead.
For the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is.
Right. You see that everything that you put in your thought in is going to be burnt up. Everything, the wood, the silver, everything's going to be manifest if you love the Lord or not.
Right.
And those who, and that's why it say he's coming, his judgment is going to come back like fire. And you ain't saying nothing. Your works is going to be manifest. What you did on earth, you're going to be put to death.
That's right.
Everything that you love, everything you dedicated your life for is going to be burnt up.
That's right.
Gold can be burnt. Gold's melt. Silver can be melt. Wood can. You know how wood burn? They even have fire extinguishers that to put out certain things that burn wood and certain things that burn paper, gas, oil fires, and things like that.
Right.
So wood is one of those things gonna be burnt up. Your house gonna be burnt up. That building with a rafters gonna be burnt up. Hell, an earthquake can hit damn Hollywood and crack the whole Hollywood the Walk of Fame.
Right. That's right. And ain't no good. Let's go to Revelation 10 and 1. It's going to be the last one. Because at the end of the day, Israel, I pray that y'all got something from this. It's about acknowledging your forefathers, not taking and holding fast to what you've been taught. Because we've been taught lies. You know what I'm saying? Colossians 2 and 8. You know what I'm saying? We've been taught philosophies of man. We've been taught doctrines of man. We trust in man, and man will be our demise, right? Our downfall, demise, our destruction. You know what I'm saying? Our death. But living in this earth, we don't want to die in vain. Your whole life will be for vain, basically. Right. All that work you did, everything that Kobe did, all these athletes, because it's not Kobe, but all these athletes and actors, so on and so forth, all of it was in vain at the end of the day.
Right.
Sorry to tell you, but it was in vain because it wasn't to, like Cap just brought out, the foundation, it wasn't done unto Christ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why we're bringing it back to you, to your remembrance, to say, hey, this is your whole purpose on earth.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, Cap, I want to quote this one. Was that Luke 14:26 when he said, if you don't deny mother, father, son, daughter, even your own life, and pick up your cross and follow me, you're not worthy to be my disciple.
That's
so
right.
that's the whole prevalence of don't ignore God.
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wake up, Jacob.
That's right.
Ask yourself, what does dribbling a ball have to do with God?
Nothing.
It's simple as that. What does that have to do with God?
Right. Read that.
The book of Revelations, chapter 10 and verse 1. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud.
Romans 10 and 1?
Oh, you said Revelation.
Oh, my bad. Romans. Yes.
I was in Revelation too.
Romans, my bad. They both start with an R, Israel. Sorry. Romans 10 and 1.
The book of Romans, chapter 10 and verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved.
So you hear our beloved brother Paul, he's speaking about Israel. His desire is that Israel, the 12 tribes, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, that they be saved. All right, not this fairy tale of lies that the world has told us.
Right.
All right, keep going.
Verse 2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
They have a zeal. Our people have a zeal of God because the Spirit is in them that God put in them because we have chosen people. But they don't know God. Right. We find God in their mouth, but they don't know Him. Their actions, you see nothing pertaining to this Bible in their walk of life.
In their mouth, they say they love God, but in their actions, they reverence Esau.
Right. That's right. Blonde hair, man, just so much. Keep going.
Verse 3. For they being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God.
That's the end of it. All right. Our people have submitted themselves to their own righteousness, to a lie of righteousness. All right. What our oppressors has given us is to be righteous, to be right, to be good in the sight of man, in their own eyes. All right, Israel. So we pray y'all got something from this class, and Lord willing, we'll see y'all next Sunday. But before we go, remember to go to our YouTube, rate, like, comment, and share it with your friends and family. All right. As well, go to the Booster Club and become a member. All right. IUIC fundraising. You can go and become a member. All those funds go back to help the bishops, the deacons, captain, officers travel to the four corners of the earth. Right. All right. As well as OR, the original royalty. Go there as well. You have posters. You have music. You have fringes, Boys of Blue, You got a plethora of things that you can get, Bibles, apocryphas, to help support the nation. All right. What else? That's it. Yeah, keep brothers in the prayers. Officer David out here, Captain Dunn, Officer Key Dunn, his family in Atlanta, Officer Solomon in Atlanta as well. Just keep everybody, all Israel, in your prayers, that we will continue to endure in this captivity, and whatever illness or sickness that we're going through, physically and mentally, we'll be able to overcome that through the Most High mercies. All right. So with that is where we say shalom. Most High in Christ bless y'all. Till next week.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. Most High in
Shalom.
Christ bless.
Most High in Christ bless.